The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. Yeah!
Hi, and welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. Today I'm going to be joined by Isaac Crouch, who is a wholesale representative for Leslie's Pool Supplies for Southern California. And we're going to talk about some of the benefits of opening up a wholesale account at your local Leslie's Pool Supply store. Leslie's Pool Supplies is a proud partner of the Pool Guy Podcast Show. Leslie's Pool Supplies has been do-it-yourselfers and pool trade professionals' trusted partner since 1963, providing quality products and services to make pool care easy and solutions and expertise to do it right. So I'm joined today by Isaac Crouch, who is a Leslie's wholesale rep for California. How you doing today, Isaac?
I'm doing well, David. Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah, so you want to tell listeners about your background and how long you've been kind of in the industry?
Sure. Started at Leslie's about 7 years ago. Actually started as a delivery driver out in Palm Springs, our commercial center that we have. Sales position to open up, for us dealing, with commercial properties, hotels, motels, all that fun stuff. So I took that position, did, fairly decent in that position for a couple of years. And then 3 years ago when Leslie's decided that wholesale is a great option and we should go back to our roots, came over to this side and, just been rocking and rolling ever since.
Yeah, so as a wholesale rep, I think one thing that people don't realize is that Leslie's does sell to the pool service companies out there at a wholesale price. And I think this is one thing that why we're doing this podcast, to get the word out that if you have a pool service business, any size, that Leslie's does have wholesale pricing for you. What does the wholesale aspect of Leslie's mean to a pool professional?
So wholesale should mean same pricing that you get to your distributors, or right therein. We always know that there's a little fluctuation. One distributor is a little cheaper than the other on this, a little more expensive on that. So it'll be the same thing at Leslie's. Our Leslie's roots was the pool guys. 55 years ago, two pool guys got together, started, had a route together, and then started a retail store where, to be better for the pool guys, have expertise, all that fun stuff. We kind of got away from that, but again, 3 years ago, we decided to get back to our roots, and start selling wholesale again to the industry.
Yeah, some of the benefits of that, of course, are Leslie's is open late and on the weekends, and they also have a lot of locations. What are some other benefits that, if you're a pool service professional and you're shopping around for a distributor, what would draw them into Leslie's as a wholesale?
We can get you in and out. It's a lot of our stores are a lot smaller than the warehouses, so turn time for us is a lot quicker. If you need help with your automatic pool cleaners, you have questions, or just you're busy in the summertime especially, you can drop it off. We've got free labor to repair your automatic cleaners. For that finicky customer that may or may not believe that you're actually testing your water, we've got free water testing on site. You can come in, give us your water. We give you the results, and that way, now it's not just you saying, here, your pool is balanced. Now there's a third party where we test your water, we've got it, and now you can take that back to the homeowner and see, look, this is apples for apples. What I'm telling you about your chemistry is right. Here's what we need to change, or chemistry is right in line where it should be. Let's move on to the next thing and keep growing together.
Let's talk about also the fact that Leslie's has a referral program that a lot of people don't know about. This referral program, because Leslie's does not do pool service. They just sell retail and they sell wholesale, but they don't have like pool service trucks out there besides the installation part of it. But for actual cleaning and maintenance of a pool, Leslie's has their hands off of that.
That's correct. We've been out of that for 20 plus years. We haven't cleaned a pool in that long. And we've got customers coming in all the time, nationwide in the summertime. It's called thousands of customers that either can't take care of their pool, or don't know how to take care of their pool. So they're looking for a professional. And with Leslie's being the largest retailer in the world, they trust us to give them great advice. So we like partnering with people, with pool professionals to be able to give this customer, an answer, to their problem. So what it is, we ask that you add us to your insurance. It's $1 million policy. It's a free thing from every insurance company. It's basically just a liability issue for Leslie's. We want to make sure if anything happens, you can take care of it. We start handing out business cards day one. The whole purpose is for you to grow, and when you grow, it means you need more stuff. So then we grow. So it's a partnership that we like. That works. People have grown full routes, through Leslie's, referral program.
Yeah, and then the insurance thing, I'll touch on that real quick. You should have insurance anyway when you're doing full service, general liability insurance. So it's not like you have to go out and get another expense. You're going to just add Leslie's to the insurance policy, but you should have it already as a full service professional out there. You should have some kind of general liability in place. I mentioned at the beginning that Leslie's is open late on the weekends. How many locations are there available for someone looking for, to get their supplies?
We've got over 925 locations nationwide. So from California to Texas, Virginia, Florida, even up northern on the East Coast, Pennsylvania. I believe even New York, we've got a few stores, but all along the Sun Belt especially.
Yeah, and then if you need help in there, you can always ask the manager for some advice and questions. I know that that's one thing that not every pool guy has that knowledge that you should have, and so you need a resource sometimes to get some help when you're maybe dealing with a pool that has maybe algae or a green pool. I think Leslie's would be a great resource for that too.
Correct. Tricks of the trade. To touch on the blackout, algae or black algae that you were talking about, it's a tough thing to get out, get rid of, and the natural, just hit it with the metal brush and put some chlorine on it, it'll kill it. Well, sometimes that doesn't always work, and then being able to go into Leslie's or talk to somebody else, just get another way to attack the problem is great, and we can offer that.
Yeah, and then let's talk about the pricing. I know that one thing about pool service guys, we're always looking at the pricing because that's kind of our bottom line in the business. If you pay a lot of money for supplies and chemicals, it cuts into your profit. And so we're always looking at the pricing. This seems like the number one thing on the top of everyone's head a lot. And so let's talk about the pricing of Leslie's Wholesale. You mentioned at the beginning that, of course, prices are different on different products and different distributors. But if you're walking into Leslie's, what should you expect as a pool service guy or gal?
You should expect our pricing to be right in line with everybody's. Well, let's just talk about tablets real quick. Some places are a little cheaper, some places a little more expensive, some places are having a sale at that time. It could be us. We do random sales, to try and draw in business. So our price may be a couple bucks cheaper, might be a couple of bucks more expensive on the other side. The big key to think about with ours is location is key for us. Availability is key for us. So while we may be, let's call it $1 more expensive on a diffuser, but you're going to save yourself 15 miles driving to your local distributor. Is that dollar worth it for you? What's the expense that you're putting in gas? How much extra driving and wear and tear are you putting on your truck? Are you going to have to sit in traffic because it's the middle of the summer? So that 15-mile drive now turns into an hour turnaround time. Is that hour worth $1 for you? Could be, maybe it's not. But that's what we try and offer. And again, all our stuff is supposed to be competitive. It should be right in line with everybody in the industry.
Yeah, and I think the convenience factor, the fact that you're open later, because most distributors close at 4 o'clock, and you're open on the weekends. Very few distributors open on the weekends. Maybe they're open half day on Saturday. So that's a huge factor because a lot of guys do work later in the afternoon, and they also want to get ready for the next day ahead of time, or they're maybe working on a Saturday or a Sunday. And so I think that's a huge option for them.
Correct. And I try to talk to some guys about it. Stores right now, Monday through Saturday, are open until 6 o'clock. For those people that work later, why not fill up, or at least, get what you need for your first couple stops in the morning. That way, when you wake up in the morning, you can head straight to your first call instead of fighting traffic, going to your normal supply house, fighting traffic again to get to the pool. You can either wake up at the same time and then start your pool route quicker and get going with your day and get home a little sooner, maybe spend a little time with your family, or now you can wake up a little later. and
Yeah.
sleep in, see your kids off, however it is that you want to roll it. But, we're trying to give you back the gift of time.
And I think I look at it this way too, is that it doesn't really cost anything to open an account at Leslie's. It's a very simple process. You can go over that real quick for us too. And so why not open an account at Leslie's so that if you're just driving by and you need something, you can just pop in there and get what you need and make that a convenient way to get your wholesale pricing and get your supplies.
Yeah, David, to your point, it is free and it is quick and easy. Just bring in a business card and we can get you signed up right then and there. And from then on, you get in wholesale pricing at any Leslie store.
And let's talk about the product selection. I know you're a retail pool outlet, but the wholesale division is also part of that. And so, if you're walking in looking for a product, can Leslie's get products for you if you don't have them right there on the floor? How does that work, for someone who's looking maybe to put a big order together or get an order for the week together? How does Leslie's work with someone like that?
Just like anywhere, communication is key. Creating the relationship. A lot of our store managers have no problem, and they actually enjoy creating a relationship with professionals. To be able to talk shop. And talk about things to a customer that knows what's going on. So if we don't have it on the floor, we can always order everything in. If you have a specific product that you use regularly, communicate with somebody like myself, a wholesale representative, so that we can get it in the store, or the store manager, and then they can bring it in. So that way, going forward, you don't have to order everything in. It's already there on your convenience, for your convenience.
And so Leslie stocks products from every major manufacturer, and so the selection is pretty wide when you walk into a Leslie's to get a wholesale, to get an item for your pool route.
Yeah, absolutely. Any manufacturer, we any manufacturer we need, we can either carry it or get a hold of it. So doing something like that is not a problem. And again, if you need to get a hold of the store manager to kind of tailor some of the things to have them bring in extra stuff for you, we can do that as well.
Got it. And you also have a jacuzzi brand, and you also sell Waterway, Pentair, Hayward, Jacuzzi, all the major brands you carry.
Absolutely. Yep. Jacuzzi is our brand, through us, but again, all the other manufacturers we get a hold of, we love them.
One thing that I mentioned earlier is that the pricing that pool guys are looking for, another area that they have to think about is how much margin is there in installing this equipment? How much money can I make if I put this pump in and charge the customer versus buying this brand of pump? And so for a pool service company doing repairs and installs, the margin is really important.
Agreed. We've got our jacuzzi line, to your point, we've got Waterway, and any other manufacturer, so if you want anybody else, we can get everybody else. We can, like I said earlier, we're the largest retailer in the world, so we can get what you need to help you with your business and help you grow. And that's the whole point. If we help you grow, by default, we will grow. And it's a great relationship, where both of us can just increase business, shoot ideas back and forth. So we've got, just like everywhere else in the world, there's different markets for things, and if you get with the store manager, they can talk about, how they go about things, talking with customers, which will help the pool professional, maybe say, well, let me steal your sales tip, and vice versa. We'll talk to, pool professionals, and they'll say, hey, this is how I go about selling it. And it's like, well, that's a great idea. So having that dialogue and that interaction back and forth, just talking ideas out. Well, what are you doing when the winds are going? How do you prep your pools for, ash from fires? And just, again, that interaction, the back and forth, and trying to get better, be better together.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point because, since Leslie's is a retail outlet, the managers know how to sell to the customers. And so as a pool professional, we're not always the best at selling things to people. And so picking the brain of someone who's every day, day in and day out, selling products all day long, that's a great resource to have as a pool service guy, is that you can talk to the manager who does sales as a living. And so when you're trying to talk to Mr. Jones about putting in the variable speed pump come July when everything has to switch over, the manager is going to have a lot of good advice for you. And now he's doing it already in the store. So I think that's a great point to really emphasize, is that the store manager can really help you kind of fine tune your sales pitch.
Yeah, agreed. And again, it just comes off bouncing ideas back and forth. Tweaking a word here, a phrase there, both ways. And the pool professional adds a lot of value to us at Leslie's because we don't get out in the field as much. So then when we talk on our side, and then we can listen to the professional that's in the field saying, I like using item A because it helps me with filter cleans, or item B is not as good. Here's what you should go with. And it helps us get real world experience. So again, it's a great growing opportunity for both of us.
And what about the guys who like to get their products delivered to their house and have been getting that from their other distributor? Does Leslie's deliver products?
We do in select areas, around the country. So if you are one of those individuals that gets it like that, I would suggest talking with your local retail store about it to see if that is an option in your area. And we definitely do.
And I was going to mention this too when I was talking about the pool guys that do installations and repairs. And if you're not licensed to do it, if you don't have a D35 or a contractor's license, or if you're just not comfortable doing repairs and installs, I think Leslie's is a great place to do it because you don't do pool service or pool maintenance. And so you're not going to go in there and try to take the service guy's account when they refer them to do the repair, like if you were to use someone else out there who does pool service and repairs. And so I think it's a safe place to actually get the repairs referred to someone. And plus, Leslie's has a very well-known name. So if you tell the customer, I'm going to have Leslie's come by and install this pump and filter for you, and they're going to come by and give you an estimate, I think that goes over a lot better than saying, I'm going to have Bob's pool service come by. You don't even know who Bob is. And I think that's a great resource for the pool guys that Leslie's provides that service and install, plus an extended warranty on certain parts that they install and services. So I think, for me, if you're starting out in the business or if you don't do installs and repairs, Leslie's would be a great place to partner.
Yeah, it's a perfect option, because of the branding and how everything goes, so we will treat that customer with the utmost respect, and 5-star service that we treat every customer, so being able to partner with a larger company like Leslie's and say, hey, I deal with them, you should deal with them too. Here's, Leslie's is my guy, for lack of a better term, or Leslie's is my person. Let's get them in here to help you out to the best of our abilities.
And I think one thing that I mentioned a lot of times to people who have pool service is that sometimes repairs and installs aren't very profitable anyway. If you have to spend 4 hours putting in a pump, you can do 8 pools in that time, basically. And so you may just be spinning your wheels anyway doing a small repair. Why not just refer it out to Leslie's to do it?
Yeah, we've got experienced technicians, can usually get in and diagnose and get out relatively quickly, and help you stay on your route, stay on track, and get home to your family on time.
And I think we can sum everything up by the fact that, number one, it's very easy to open an account at Leslie's for a pool service company. Number two, the pricing is pretty close in line with the other distributors. Number three, you can get any part you want. If you don't have it, they can order it. And number four, you have that advantage of dealing with the manager who knows how to sell products, so you get that knowledge base. And you also have the chemical testing there on site, so verify the chemistry at your account with a customer. So many benefits, plus the locations, 900 plus locations, and the hours. There's really no really logical reason not to open an account at Leslie's.
None that I can see. But there's going to be a lot of people saying I'm biased, which of course I am.
Yeah, so if you're looking for more information on opening a wholesale account, you can go to the website, and if they scroll down to the bottom, I think you can click on a commercial link, right?
That's correct. All the way down at the bottom, it'll say commercial, take you to the next screen, which you'll fill out your information, and then a wholesale representative like myself will reach out to you afterwards to get you all set up. That's always the other option for you if you're laying in bed, 10 o'clock at night thinking, I should have opened an account at Leslie's. We've got that option on the internet for you.
Well, thanks for your time, Isaac. I think that covers the Leslie's wholesale very well, and it'll give the pool professional just another option out there to get their supplies.
Yeah, sounds great. I appreciate you having me on, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Have an amazing day.
So I think there's a lot of great reasons to open up a wholesale account at your local Leslie's Pool Supply store. After listening to this podcast, I think you've heard a lot of the great reasons why having a wholesale account at Leslie's will benefit your business in more than one way. Besides the convenience factor, there's definitely a knowledge base there, the water testing, the repairing of the automatic cleaners. They do a lot of things that your local distributor just can't do or does not do. And if you're interested in other podcasts that I've recorded, you can go to my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. On the banner, just click on the podcast icon. It'll take you to a drop-down list of other podcasts. I have over 480 different podcasts currently that you can listen to, so it's a great resource for you while you're out there working in the field. And if you're starting out or you want to enhance your business, definitely check out my coaching program at poolguycoaching.com. A lot of great benefits there, including 10% off your general liability insurance. We mentioned in the podcast that if you have the general liability insurance, you can be added to the referral list for a pool service provider at Leslie's. And so besides the benefit of texting me and calling me in real time and being part of a group chat that's part of the coaching program, you also get 10% off your general liability insurance to get your insurance in place. Again, you can learn more about that at poolguycoaching.com. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. Leslie's Pool Supplies has been do-it-yourselfers and pool trade professionals' trusted partner since 1963, providing quality products and services to make pool care easy and solutions and expertise to do it right.